Becoming a rich person these days is not difficult. You just need a few strategies to achieve the wealth you dream of. Although it's not difficult, you will need to pay the price. In this video, I will tell you about some secrets and things you need to sacrifice if you really want to become rich. The problem is that many people want to get there but are not willing to pay the price. Stay in this video until the end, which I'm sure will help you in your enrichment process. Before you start, make sure you have already subscribed to the channel if you are a person who is committed to being the first millionaire in your family. Let's go to the first piece of advice. But first he comments like this: "I will pay the price, but I will be rich." Let's go. So the first sacrifice to get rich is sacrifice current comfort. You know, making decisions isn't always easy. We're often faced with the choice between enjoying something today or hoping for something even better in the future. It's like being at point A and wanting to get to point B. To get there, you need to build your path, but this requires sacrifices. I'll explain this to you in more detail. Imagine that you are sitting on a comfortable sofa right now. It's a relaxing time, but you have a dream, traveling to Europe in 3 or 2 years. Now you have two options. The first is to continue enjoying the comfort of your sofa, but this means giving up the opportunity to visit medieval places in the future. The second option is to sacrifice current comfort, to save money, and also look for ways to increase that money, right? Because it's not enough to just save, you have to look for ways to make more money. And the internet is there, man, you have the power in your hands. But I'll give you an example. To do this, you decide not to buy that bike you want so much at the moment. Instead, you use this money to obtain knowledge and apply it to a business of yours. But perhaps you don't want to undertake. You decide to invest in shares. Over time, these investments grow and you can realize your dream of traveling to Europe. In this example, the bicycle represents present comfort, while the trip to Europe represents even greater future comfort. The idea behind this is to understand that we often need to give up certain things in the present to achieve something even better in the future. If you want to build wealth, it's essential to make smart decisions. For example, instead of spending money on things that don't add value in the long term, you can invest in shares in promising companies or in knowledge for your own business. Now let's assume you choose to invest in a technology company that is revolutionizing the market. This company has enormous potential for growth, and you, as a shareholder, benefit from this success. Over time, your shares increase in value and you become richer. Realize that investing in shares is a way of entrepreneurship indirectly. You are becoming part of a business that can grow exponentially. It's a way to harness the potential of successful companies, even if you're not an entrepreneur in the traditional sense. Now, it's important to see that choosing the right stocks can be challenging. It is necessary to carry out careful analysis and seek knowledge. But when done strategically, investing in shares can be an incredible opportunity to achieve wealth. Therefore, understand that making decisions that involve sacrifices does not have to be something negative. On the contrary, it is a smart way to build a better future. If you know how to give up certain comforts in the present, you will be able to enjoy a more prosperous and fulfilled life in the future. Second sacrifice. It is important to understand that it is often necessary to unbalance the scales. This means that to achieve something great, you will need to sacrifice your current balance. Think of a person who wants to have a body with an incredible six-pack. This person will not achieve this result just by following a balanced exercise routine and balanced diet. It is necessary to go further, unbalance habits, and adopt a more intense and focused approach. Imagine that this person decides to exercise intensely every day, following rigorous training and a restricted diet. She will have to give up some momentary pleasures, such as eating chocolate and fried foods, and dedicate herself intensely to her goal. Here's the key point. Extraordinary results require temporary imbalance. It is not possible to achieve a sculpted body without sacrificing certain pleasures and comforts of the present. This person will have to work hard, sweat, overcome limits, and try harder than average. However, it is important to emphasize that the imbalance needs to be done strategically. It's not enough to work hours on end without thinking about the added value. It is necessary to work with correct intention and focus on merit. After all, there's no point in just trying hard. You have to add value. For example, imagine someone who decides to work 15 hours a day, believing that this excessive effort will lead to wealth. But in reality, effort alone does not guarantee financial success. It is necessary to work with a mentality of adding value, seeking excellence, and being rewarded for it. We must change our culture to reward merit, not just effort. When we value merit, we begin to add more value to our activities, and consequently we build solid assets. Therefore, balancing yourself in search of extraordinary results is necessary, as long as it is done with strategy, focus on merit, and a constant search for adding value. Remember that working long hours without thinking about added value may not lead to the desired success. The important thing is to seek a balance between effort and merit. The third sacrifice we need to make is to abandon mediocrity. We often get caught up in the quest to be just one in the crowd, following what everyone else does. However, if we want to achieve success and rise above the average, we must be willing to do different things. Imagine that all your coworkers leave early every Friday to enjoy the weekend. If you decide to stay and work late or even early in the morning, you will certainly be called crazy. People will question why you put so much effort into a project when everyone else is having fun. But it is precisely by escaping mediocrity that we find opportunities for growth. Think about the successful and wealthy people you know. They are not part of the average, they are on another level. They have the courage and boldness to do different things. So, when lunchtime comes, instead of going somewhere, you can take advantage of this time to dedicate yourself to something you believe in that brings value to your life and career. It's frustrating to come back from lunch and find your colleagues having fun while you're still working. But remember, that's what separates average people from exceptional ones. Understand that being mediocre does not mean being bad, just being average. If you really want to reach the top, you need to abandon mediocrity and stand out. Make different choices, take bold initiatives, and be willing to face criticism and judgment. Remember that you have to sacrifice mediocrity to achieve the success you desire. Fourth sacrifice, sacrifice the need. Imagine you are a student in a math competition. You have always been praised for being kind and friendly to everyone, but you realize that, lately, these characteristics are getting in the way of your performance. You are constantly interrupted by colleagues asking for help or wanting to talk during exams, which ends up affecting your concentration and response time. You find yourself faced with a dilemma: continue seeking everyone's approval, becoming popular but with an average performance, or sacrifice the need to be liked and focus on your goal, even if it means not being so popular. After reflection, you decide it is time to sacrifice the need to be liked for the sake of your academic success. You begin to establish clear limits, informing your colleagues that you need to concentrate during the tests and that you will not be able to help them at that moment. At first, some may be upset or disappointed, but over time they begin to understand and respect your stance. As you dedicate yourself more to studying, your performance improves significantly. You start to achieve excellent results in mathematics competitions and are recognized for your skill and dedication. Realize that by sacrificing the need to be liked, you have gained something much more valuable: recognition for your talents and the personal satisfaction of achieving your goals. So my friend, this example shows how sacrificing the need to be liked can bring concrete benefits in our lives. By letting go of everyone's approval and focusing on our goals, we can achieve a level of success and fulfillment that wouldn't be possible if we were constantly seeking to please everyone. The fifth sacrifice to achieve success is to sacrifice fragility. Being fragile means being easily broken or shaken by adversity. Instead, it is necessary to develop the ability to be anti-fragile, that is, to strengthen oneself in the face of crises and challenges. We often believe that we know someone when we interact with them in the workplace or in everyday situations. But it's not quite like that. We truly know someone in extreme moments, when that person is subjected to great pressure or faces a crisis. In the same way, it also happens to us. It is not in the ordinary environment that we show our true strength and resilience, but rather when we are faced with great challenges. It is important to remember that people do not become rich or achieve great success overnight. They go through ups and downs, face obstacles, and learn from their mistakes. However, to become anti-fragile and prosper financially, it is important to be prepared to face crises and challenges. Instead of avoiding uncomfortable situations, it is necessary to face them head-on and learn from them. In this way, we can strengthen ourselves and develop the resilience necessary to achieve the success and wealth we desire. The last sacrifice necessary to achieve success is to sacrifice perfectionism. We often want everything to be perfect and every detail to be impeccable. But the search for perfection can harm you. Imagine someone who is creating a video. This person spends hours editing the video, adding every detail, seeking perfection in each scene. But this search for perfection can end up delaying the delivery of work or even preventing it from being completed. I say this because perfectionism has paralyzed me for a while, so if you follow that line, unfortunately, it won't be good. Furthermore, perfectionism prevents us from learning from mistakes, as we are afraid of making any mistake. Instead of striving for perfection, it is more valuable to focus on delivering value. This means putting all our effort and dedication into something, but without getting bogged down in the minute details that can slow us down. It is important to remember that success is not achieved through absolute perfection, but through constant evolution, learning, and discipline. So, sacrificing perfectionism means recognizing that not everything will be perfect, and that making mistakes is part of the process. You need to be resilient and adaptable, always seeking to learn and improve. Instead of letting yourself be paralyzed by the fear of making mistakes, it is important to move forward, try different approaches, and learn from each experience. Remember, the path to success lies in the pursuit of progress, not perfection. But then, I hope this video was very clear and you absorbed this knowledge. Now I want you to apply this knowledge in your life, and after a while you can come back here and comment on what your results are, because I will be happy to help you. And remember, pay the price. So if you are willing, comment here in the comments, "I will pay the price and become rich." When I see it, I'll give a little heart to your comment and respond. But that's it. If you liked it, subscribe to the channel and leave a like, and see you in the next video.